What's up, everybody? This your boy Marcus Mooney, a.k.a. Moon the Poet.
And I'm your man, Professor Q.
Welcome
to Joint Heirs.
What's up, everybody? This your boy Marcus Mooney, a.k.a. Moon the Poet. You know, we back again, and you know I got my partner with me, Professor Q.
What's up? What's up,
there
people?
You go. He in the building, you know what I'm saying? The heirs in the building. We here, and you know what we want to talk about today. We dropping another fatherhood segment on you. This one right here, though, is near and dear to our hearts because this is the other half of Joint Heirs. My man, Professor Q, you know what I'm saying? Father. Both of us are fathers, but, you know, I wanted to start, kick things off with as far as us with him, simply because he got more than me. So, you know what I'm saying? So, you
just
know,
by one, though. He
get to go first by one, but you know, he got me. And there's a lot of people that got me in my circle. I'll just be honest, you know what I'm saying? But I got to get hats off, you know, to an amazing father, man. And yeah, man, we want to hear your story, your journey, man. So, shoot, man, I guess we started out very simple, man. Like, tell us about your kids, bro.
Oh man, boy, woo. Boy, they all different.
Yes.
I got one. We got one. Actually, he's not my biological son, my oldest son.
Got you.
But he's my son.
Got you.
So, you know, when I met my wife, girlfriend at the time, she already had a child.
How old was he?
He was, I think it was like 4 years old.
Wow.
Yeah. And man, you know, I was one of those people who said, I'm not dating no woman with kids already.
She got you.
Right. Because I didn't want, you know, I don't like drama. Yeah. I don't like, you know, it trying to intrude and impose on people what they got going on. But man, it was life changing for me.
Yeah.
And you know, I got a lot of practice with him. And then 9 years later, Kieran come along, my firstborn, which, you know, everybody say he looked just like me. That's my twin.
Yes, your twin.
And he's so funny, man. He's so smart though, but he remind me of myself a lot.
Yeah.
Cause like in sports, he got that competitive edge.
Oh yeah.
He always want to win.
Yeah.
And it's so funny. I had to explain to my wife one time. She was like, Kieran, you just a sore loser. You a sore loser. I said, wait a minute, baby. Nah, that's not what it is.
Yeah.
See, he think he's so good that he don't expect to lose.
Hey, tell him about it.
That's what it is. I was the same way. You know, I was the same exact way.
Exactly.
But Kieran, he's super intelligent, you know, straight A student last year. He's good at sports. He excels sport. He a people person. Like, this one thing about him that I'm more introvert.
Yeah.
He don't meet strangers. Yeah. You know, he can talk to anybody.
Yeah.
All the time. Like, he go everywhere. Everybody, Kieran is a key. Right? And I just be sitting back looking at him, man. And then we got Deuce next.
Yeah.
Deuce, she named him after me, but I was like, nah, I ain't too fond of my name myself, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, I'm gonna leave it to you though.
Professor Q Part 2.
I was like, you know, go ahead, you can name this one. Go ahead and name him.
Yeah.
So she named him after me. But Deuce, he's a gentle giant. He's laid back. Personality-wise, he more like me.
Got you.
You know. But like once I get to know people, you know, I open up.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He more of an introvert too.
Yeah.
But you know, he's smart too. He really smart. He pretty athletic.
Yeah.
But he just not. I think he coming out his shell more.
Got you.
And I ain't even tell y'all their ages. Yeah, my oldest son though. I'm gonna go back. My oldest son, he's a senior in college.
Yes, sir. Doing his thing. What school?
Right. Avery University.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Playing football. This is last year.
Yeah.
Kieran is 13. He in middle school. Deuce about to be 12 this month, on the 28th.
Yeah.
And then next we got Isaiah. Isaiah, he a trip. They say he looked like me too. I think Deuce looked more like his grandma, but yeah, Zay, he favored me a lot. Zay just Zay. That's all I can say about him.
Yeah, we all got that one. Just say the name. That's all I can tell you. You got to see for yourself.
But yeah, they all got their own personalities, man. I love it. And then we got Zay. He 8. Yeah, he's 8. This is first year playing football.
He
coming out a little bit, but Yeah, he's smart too. He one of those. I mean, they all excel in academics, and that's what I really love.
Yes,
Because
sir.
I don't like to drive sports. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? But
yeah.
because like even my oldest son, he got a scholarship for academics.
Yeah,
But
but he playing
yeah, but he
football.
playing football.
Now,
Yeah,
see, that's
yeah,
unusual. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Use this other way around. That's a beautiful thing,
Right.
man. Really, real talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And then we got Desmond, the baby, the boss.
The boss. The boss.
Just turned 4 years old, just started school, but he's the boss. He think he know everything. You can't tell him that. And he tell them what to do. He run them up and down until they do something to him. He come running to daddy.
Oh my goodness.
But I love all of them, man. They all they own look, like you said, they own their own special little people. They got their own personalities and all that.
Yeah,
man. It's just been a joy since the first one, even since my oldest.
Yeah.
But even though he ain't my biologist, it's just been a joy, man.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the beautiful thing about it, man. Like it really does become joyful. Just to be there, especially as you get them through stages, like phases, and you're like, okay, boom, we conquered that, we mastered that. Now what's the next thing?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, you know how to use the bathroom by yourself now. Now we're going to school. Now we're learning stuff, you know what I mean? And it just goes on, man. And just seeing them come up, man, and then start seeing the personalities come out. What part like you, what part like mama, and like, what part you don't know where it came from. It's a joy, man. It really is a joy. You know what I'm saying? Real talk, man. So, as far as your childhood, man, what was your biggest influence as far as, how you're a father today? Like, where would you say, this was the person, or this was the people even that really made an impact on me as far as being a father?
That's a good question. So, well, first of all, I'm gonna go to kind of, I don't want to jump ahead.
Nah, do you
my
thing.
relationship with my dad.
Yeah.
So like, my dad, I'm gonna be transparent. He's married.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an outside child or whatever. So I knew him. He was around, but he wasn't there. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
He ain't never teach me how to tie. He didn't teach me how to change oil and do stuff that a man
should
teach
his son. Yeah.
Teach a son, right. But he would show up to games and he'll be at the house sometimes, but I felt like it was more him wanting to be around my mom than me,
Gotcha.
And it could be that he just didn't know, how to mend it or whatever. But it's interesting because I had a conversation with a guy I used to go to church with. We was talking about fatherhood and dads and stuff, and he was telling me how his dad wasn't really in his life. So I told him, my situation, and he was like, he the one made me think about this. He was like, maybe he just don't know how to come back and, but as time then went on, I see he's more trying to get to know me. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like it's never been bad, but it ain't what naturally what it should have been.
What it should have been,
right?
Yeah,
but I think that really drove me to wanting to be a better father.
Yeah.
So instead of looking at it negatively, saying, "Oh, he ain't never around, he don't do this and do that," and I took that and said, "I'm gonna be better than that."
Of course,
right? I'm gonna be everything that he wasn't for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I also did have some guys in my life, some men in my life who, well, I can start with my uncle too. One of my mom's brothers, he died though when I was like 8 or 9. But he was the father figure up until that point. You know,
very
what I'm saying?
Influential in those early years.
Yeah, he worked hard. He showed us how to do things and go to work, take care of this and do that. Gave us advice.
Yeah.
Me and my older brother. But then and it's so crazy when I think about it because it's like every time God will put a man in my life at a particular point, like what you were saying about the stages.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, this stage I got this man for you. Then the next stage I got this man for you. So just go into that. One of my good friends, Antoine Hamilton, his dad, man, the elementary years, part of like the middle school years.
Yeah.
His dad was everything. And I even told him this. I was like, I might have not said stuff to you, or I didn't come to you for advice all the time, but I picked up on things.
You picked up on things, yeah.
I picked up on things, and I learned that later on in life. Like, wow, I'm doing the same thing he was doing with his family,
Yeah.
I'm doing with my family. I never seen this man go out and party.
Yeah.
I never seen him stay out all night.
Yeah.
I never seen him, if he went somewhere, his wife and his kids was always with him. Right.
Yeah.
So those are the kind of things I picked up on. His name Mike Camp, and hopefully I can get. I reached out to him.
Yeah.
I hope we can interview him. But
Mr. Camp, we need you, bro. We need you, bro. We need you to tell your story, man. We need more like you, bro.
Most definitely.
Yes, sir.
And then another one of my good friends, Xavier, you know Zay.
Mm-hmm.
Xavier Terrell.
Yeah.
His dad in my high school years, man. That man meant so much to me, man. He meant a lot to everybody, a lot of people in Shelby. But like, man, I had so much respect for that man, and just the same things. I picked up on things.
Yeah.
He never was out in the streets and all this running around. If he went somewhere, his wife with him.
Yeah.
If he went somewhere and she wasn't with him, she knew where he was at. You know what I'm saying? And and he was a man of the cloth as well.
Yeah.
So he influenced me in that way. And even at the time, I wasn't really looking for that.
Right.
But as I got older, I come to understand, okay, that's the example of a kingdom man right there.
Right.
So that's somebody I can mold myself out there. And it was crazy. Before he passed away a few years ago, I mailed him a card I sent him a card telling him about how much he meant for me to me, and how much he influenced my life, and gave him a picture of me and my family, and was like, part of this is because of you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Me watching you and seeing you with your family, and I appreciate everything. Even though, like I said earlier, even though I didn't always come to you and ask you things, but you was in my life for that season for me to catch those lessons.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And that's why I'm so thankful, man, because my dad was very much like that. You know what I'm saying? He was influential in a lot of my friends' lives who didn't have fathers. You know what I'm saying? I thought they would hang around because I was cool. You know what I'm saying? They would come around because my dad was who he was. You know what I'm saying? And I love the fact that, we have that in the community for the times that the ball get dropped. But you said something earlier, I think that was really important. And that's for the fathers who, you might be in a situation where you don't know how you gonna be a father. I haven't had that struggle with on either side with not being able to see my father there. But I have had issues with, having to be the father that I needed to be because of bad relationships and issues that caused me to have to fight to be in my kids' lives. But what God was showing me, and I think is important from a kingdom mindset for any man that might be going through this, that's dealing with that, is you have to prioritize being a father.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to have a mindset that nothing is going to stop you from being in your child's life. You know what I'm saying? Come hell or high water. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to keep me from being in my child's life. If I got to be the one to take you to court, knowing that I might have to come out with a child support note or whatever, but I'm going to have some order where I can see and be in my children's lives, it's got to be, the mindset has to be that. You know what I'm saying? That's how important children are.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? I've had to go through that, and it hurt me a lot because, having the father that I had, I didn't want that to be my story. I wanted my story to be like his.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All my kids in the house, one woman. You know what I mean? That's what I wanted.
Yeah.
So when that dream was shattered, I kind of was lost for a second. Like, man, what is this? What's happening right now? You know what I mean? But then, the mindset came from, okay, stop looking at the bad relationship and why y'all not together and all that stuff. Man, you got a seed, bro.
Right.
Take care of your seed, man. What you need to do in order to get along with that woman, you know what I'm saying? That situation, whatever it is, whatever you got to do it for the sake of being a father. You know what I'm saying? So prioritizing fatherhood. You know what I mean?
That's deep, man. That's vital.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That people have to fight for that.
Yes.
I know a lot of, sometimes, the relationships don't work out or whatever, or even after the relationship over, but like, it's about the children.
That's
it's not about the parents. It's not about the adults.
That's right.
They're supposed to be adults.
That's right.
Because if you really a mature adult, you're gonna want the best for that child. So
all day.
So that's what, and I like what you said about your dad. You thought maybe they was trying to hang with you.
Yeah,
I know you joking though, but still, but yeah, because I think a lot of kids looking for that.
That's
right?
It.
They see it somewhere else, and they like, okay, that's a stable environment over there, and I can go over there and it's not normal for them.
Right.
Which it should be, but it's not. So they gravitate toward it.
Yeah.
So,
but it's order.
Right.
See, that's the thing. It's not normal for them, but it's God's order. It's his way.
Exactly.
So we have a natural attraction to God's order. You know what I'm saying? And that's why anything that we do outside of his order is the nature of sin. Right. That's the other nature. You know what I'm saying? We have an inherent type of God nature because we were made in his image. And then we're nature itself, which is all a part of his order, you know, made through his order. He spoke it into existence. He created the blueprint for all of it. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it functions orderly. But then sin and disobedience brings the disorderly. Right. You know, and then we get to rolling in that. You know what I mean? And then this becomes our way of doing things. But there's always that still small voice. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, wait a minute, hold on. Especially when you get a glimpse of something kingdom. Right. It's like, wait a minute, what's that?
That's different.
You know, it's different. That hit different. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm thankful for the opportunities that we have. That's men. You stepping into a situation saying, man, this ain't even what I wanted for my life. Right. But man, I'm gonna do this though. You know what I'm saying? Like that's big too. Like really big, you know, huge. So many people like yourself who have stepped into situations and said, man, this is not what I bargained for, but I'm gonna go on and step up, do that, you know what I'm saying, do that man thing. And that's big. And it's really helping the kingdom stay in the game, so to speak. Yeah. Though it's a lot of chaos and confusion and stuff around us, you know what I mean? Real talk.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. So I gotta ask you too, like you know, you went down the list of some of your greatest influences, man. And you know, that's very important, of course, man. But tell me this right here, like, what is one of your proudest moments as a father? You know what I'm saying? One of those moments that you like, man, that one right there. I mean, I know you done had a lot, you know, but it's like, man, that right there. Yeah.
Let me say. Well, I gotta say, when my oldest son, you know, he committed it, he said he wanted to be saved. He you know, he came to a point where he believed he needed salvation. Yeah. Because I wasn't just taking him to church and letting him listen to what the preacher say. I was teaching him at home as well. Yeah. So like I never pressed him about it. You know, I just laid it out before him. Like, this is what it is. You know, you can accept Christ, you reject him. Naturally, you know, we're not born into the kingdom. We're not born as children of God. Right. So I'm gonna break it down for you, and I'm gonna leave it in your hands.
That's right.
So he was about I think he was a junior in high school that year. Yeah. And he was like, he didn't tell me enough. We was in church and he just got up. I mean, he was crying and he went up there. Yeah. So I was like, man, for him to want that at that age and make his own decision. I'm gonna tell you something, man. My mama made me go.
Hey. Hey, a lot of mamas and daddies made kids go. Like, for real, bro, that was a normal thing.
Bro, I'm asleep. I don't know what's going on. Hey, she nudging me, wake up, like, go up there. I'm laying my head on, like, for what? So I get up there, and the preacher like, oh, so you want that, you know, you want salvation and all that. I'm looking around like, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, she told me come up here.
Look, does it come in a book bag or something? Like, do I get a treat bag? What is this salvation bag you talking about? You know?
But yeah, man, but that's most definitely one of the biggest things that I feel accomplished about. And just also with him, you know, when he got up there playing football, you know, I admit he ain't, you know, he's not one of the standout players. Mm-hmm. He's a pretty good player, though. Yeah. But he became a team captain.
Wow.
Because of, and I got so many compliments, like when we would go up there, like I could tell he come from a good family.
Wow.
And you know, his mentality different and all that. Yeah. Like you got seniors older than him and just immature. And he's in the meeting room and he's one of the leaders, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So I felt really accomplished about that.
Yes, sir.
And My younger kids, I guess they ain't did enough living yet. I don't know, but I mean, we could go to the sports stuff, but with Key, I say this is his first year playing baseball.
Yeah.
And I mean, we got so many compliments about him playing baseball, but he hit a home run in the All-Star game, man. I was like,
that my boy.
I was like,
how we do it around here.
I missed it though.
You missed it.
They was playing up to like 2:00 in the morning. It was like 11 something. Yeah. So the wife, she hungry, and so she sent me to get food. Right?
It's this woman you gave me, God.
So yeah, she sends me to get some food. And the next thing you know, getting phone calls. And I heard people hollering in the background, like, oh, he done did it, he did this and did that. And I was like, what in the world? The athletic director over at the park, because I coach basketball, so they got my number, personal number and all that. So they texted me and stuff, and he done smacked it to the behind the school over there to the highway.
Crazy.
I was like, what? So, but luckily she recorded it.
Yeah.
But I got to catch that. But just because he good at basketball.
Yeah.
And he good at football. But for him to play baseball for the first time, and he went out there and he played, I mean,
crushed.
Man, he's getting so they everybody who's seeing, they he need to stick with it. He need to stay with it.
Yeah.
So I that's a proud moment, man. Like I said, for the sports, that come and go. But I ain't one of them parents to try to live through my kids in sports. But I enjoyed that though.
Yeah.
And just far as the rest of them, man, I love how they academically, I don't have to get on them about grades or nothing like that or homework. They already know what I expect.
Yeah.
They know if they not doing well, then it's not good with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's something I'm proud of.
Love
they don't they not all about sports.
Yeah.
So I think that's good for, if the parent all about sport, the kid probably gonna be all about sports.
Yeah.
So they focus on their books and their academics too. So
love it. Well balanced, man. So as much as we love those moments, those proud moments, what was a moment that was very, I won't say discouraging, but more or less a challenging moment, for you on your fatherhood journey.
Challenging, man.
Yeah.
That's a good one too, because you remember you brought up the stages earlier.
Yeah.
And I guess for me, I didn't understand, because like I said, I didn't have a dad in my home. But my oldest, again, we start bumping heads when he got sophomore year in high school.
Yeah, that's that bumping head stage.
He it's just he did a whole 360, 180.
Yep.
And he turns the other way, all of a sudden he ain't talking to me when he get in the car, throwing the earbuds in. I'm talking and he I got to tell him, look, dude, don't put no earbuds on when you get in my car. Because if I'm coming to pick you up and you burning my gas, you gonna at least talk to me when you get in this car. You know what I'm saying? And I thought maybe it was over with a little girlfriend he had, because I didn't really like her for him.
Yeah.
But he had to find out the hard way. I just feel like it was some disconnect right there during that point. And I was I'm looking at myself what I'm doing wrong. Why is he all of a sudden he's not interested in me anymore?
Yeah.
Because it used to be, I could just be going to Walmart and he jump in the car it don't matter where you going, I want to go too.
Yeah.
But it just got to a point to where he want to kind of butt heads with me or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just because he think he coming to manhood where he could challenge me or whatever.
Yeah.
Or, maybe he's feeling some kind of way between, because me and his mom a little getting, closer than what he think their relationship should be. I had to actually break that down to him too about, me and her are to be one. Yeah. Not you and her. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now we love you. We both love you and all that, but me and her are the one to be one.
Different dynamic.
Right.
Yeah.
So if I'm not saying she got to agree with everything I do, but she needs at least, I didn't tell him this, but she has to at least show him and them that we're united.
On one accord.
Right.
Alignment.
And if it's something behind closed doors we need to talk about,
then you hash
it
out.
Right. So, but he just got to that point, man. And I was like, that's that's tough, bruh.
Man,
Like,
somebody told me something, man, because I started seeing that in my son, same thing, my
mhm.
oldest, and then my daughter too, even she's 14 now. And she's starting to, have that same little curve go on.
Yeah.
But they was like, what they say, man? Oh yeah, they said just understand the value of your presence.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like,
deep.
yeah, you want to be able to command their attention, like used to all this they say, but you're growing as a parent, they're growing as a child.
Mhm.
And you say what you don't want is you don't want them to resent being in your presence.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So make it inviting, even if it's not as comfortable as you want it to be. Now, that's not saying you accept disrespect, all that stuff. But it also says this, that you don't have to necessarily control every little detail of what happens when y'all together. Give them room to grow and grow into making decisions for themselves and stuff like that. Long as disrespect is not taking place, and that helped me a lot, because I was at the point of being disrespectful.
Yeah, that's
you know what I'm saying. Like, nah, I'm gonna throw the stuff out. I'm gonna take the stuff out.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
that's me.
unplug
That's
stuff.
me.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For real.
You gonna know I'm
you
in
gonna
here.
know I'm
Yeah.
here. Yeah. You can't hear. Oh, you can't hear today. Okay, well, I'm gonna help your ears. But it did. It helped a lot, and then it helped bring about some patience. You know what I'm saying? But something else you touched on too that I think is very important, and that's understanding as parents, man. When you have two parents, which is a luxury,
Mhm.
when you have two parents together in the house, whether you are each biological or you coming together and you parenting, co-parent, whatever it is, the situation, but you're in the house together and you're raising kids.
Right.
It's so important to understand the value of being on one accord.
Right.
You're not always gonna see things eye to eye, but you got to be in agreement when
sir.
you move forward on stuff.
Yes, sir.
Because kids have a way.
Oh yeah, yep. I was gonna say that earlier. They gonna see who they can get, and well, I'm gonna pull them apart because they not united here. I'm gonna step right in. Yep,
right.
they do that. Yep,
Right. And it's the little things, man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? The small foxes that spoil.
Spoil the vine.
Exactly.
Yep.
So you want to nip that stuff in the butt and make sure that y'all stay on one accord.
Yes,
you know what I
sir.
mean? All right, man. We gonna round this thing out here, bro. This been good, man. You know what I'm saying? I know you, but I feel like I know you even more. What you got? What you got?
I got one more thing to say about my oldest son.
Yeah,
though,
go ahead, bro.
I see now though that he ain't came to me and admitted nothing, but he sees some stuff that I was saying and what I was doing.
Yeah.
And even it's crazy because he was at home a few weeks ago from summer break, and him and his girlfriend took me and my wife out to eat.
Yeah.
And him and his girlfriend sitting there talking about going shopping. She talk about shopping and he talk about saving money.
Yeah.
So my wife just sit back, started laughing, right? She laughing. I'm like, what are you laughing at? She was like, who he sound like? She looked at him, who you sound like? He just looking. He looks at me. I started laughing. I just turned my head and started laughing. You sounded like your daddy, son.
There you go.
You sounded like your daddy.
There you go. Something taking, something getting in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
That's real, man. That's real. Love it, man. So last part here on this one, man. Advice, words of wisdom that you would give to those up and coming fathers or fathers that may be in situations similar to what you have gone through, but maybe they're having some trouble, you know what I mean? Different struggles for different reasons, whatever, challenges, whatever. Or like I say, maybe they're going into it and they're trying to figure out, man, what am I gonna do with this fatherhood thing, man? What kind of words, what kind of knowledge you want to drop on?
All right, let me think about this because it's gotta be. I gotta think about what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, most definitely.
All right, so I want to go back to something you said about just fighting.
Yeah.
To be there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a privilege, you know what I'm saying, to be a father. And even if things that haven't worked out the way that you planned it to work out, or you thought it was going to work out, just keep fighting for it.
That's right.
Like, you don't give up. Don't give up because the baby mama or whoever, the other half being difficult or whatever it is. I personally haven't had to go through that, but, I see brothers who go through that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I think, man, it's rough, man, because some of the women, and I ain't trying to bash women, nothing, but like some of them, do stuff out of spite. And you know, you just got to mature as a man and you be a man about it. You know what I'm saying? Don't play games. Just be upfront, like Marcus said earlier. You know, if you got to take her to court, take her to court.
That's right.
You know, even if it don't come out the way, at least and that for that child, time.
Yes.
Time is the most important thing.
Yes.
You can buy all the Air Jordans you want. You can buy all the Xbox games. You can buy all this other stuff. Time is what that
replace time.
Time is what that child want more than anything.
That's
they
right.
want that presence. They want to see you there. They want you to be there. They want to know that you love them, and you do that by you showing up.
That's right.
And you don't have to have $1,000 in your pocket. You can take and get a little ice cream cone. I'm pretty sure they enjoy that time with you in that little ice cream cone. Take them to the playground or whatever you need to do for free.
Yeah.
And they'll love that. I mean, it's times where we try to create, I keep bumping this mic. We try to create like moments with our kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, after church, we take them to Pelicans and get a snow cone. That ain't much.
Nah.
But they're going to remember that.
That they will remember.
And I hope they do that with their kids because daddy and mama did it with them.
Yeah.
So it's just the small things, man. It's not like you said earlier, the small foxes spoil the vines, but you can flip that around. The small things help build up
the kingdom that you want. Yeah,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like that mustard seed.
Yes,
it
sir.
start out small and it grows. Sir. But yeah, time and fight for it.
Yeah.
You know, and what else could I say? I wasn't too good with newborns and all that, but man, even like I didn't like to hold the newborns and all that, but because I'm like, if I drop this baby,
I don't want to break it.
Yeah. But man, just like I said, just be there, man. Yeah. And if you got a woman, if you in a hopefully you in a marriage, but if you're not married, then you know. I'm gonna tell you like this lady told me, you know, you need to do the right thing.
That's right.
But but if you're married, be with that woman and help her out.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Help her. The least little thing. You never know how even same thing, small things go a long way.
Go a long way.
And even like you said, that order in the household, that helps with the order in the household. I shouldn't be up playing PlayStation when she washing dishes and cooking and washing clothes and doing all the household stuff. And I'm just sitting back playing PlayStation all day. Like time and fight and just helping out when you can.
Yeah.
You know, whatever it is.
That's good, man. It's funny you mentioned that Pelican thing, man. My kid asked for that the other day. I think they put crack pellets in that stuff. So I don't know what's going on with that Pelican. But man, creating memories, creating traditions, small things, you know, it goes a long way.
Yes,
you know, I remember my dad taking us to the airport to watch the planes take off, and we would stop and get ice cream first. Bro, he ain't spend but a couple of dollars, but to us, you couldn't tell us we wasn't doing something spectacular. Watching these big birds, you know what I mean?
My dad said it is ice cream.
Right, you know what I'm saying? And just the sounds and the, you know, it really made us think like, man, the world is bigger than our backyard.
Right.
You know what I mean? Little things, man. You know, and the nuggets that you drop along the way that you don't even realize you're dropping. You just living in front of your kids and they absorbing it. You know what I'm saying? So man, that's beautiful, man.
Let me add one more thing I just thought about since you said that. Set an example.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You got to live the life that you if you saying you something, if you telling that child to do something and you can't be out here doing something else.
That's right.
And expect them, because they're going to look at you. You their example.
Can't be as I say, not as I do.
Exactly.
Can't be that.
It's just like we look at our Heavenly Father, we look at Christ as our example. Our children looking at us. So we have to set that example. We have to set those examples and we have to follow through. We can't be hypocrites about it. We can't make excuses. We make adjustments.
That's right.
Like Pastor Ricky said, we make adjustments, but yeah, that's one more thing I want to add it in there.
Yes, sir. I love it, man. I love it, man. And that's as real as you can get right there. You know what I'm saying? We make those adjustments as men. to be there for our families. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Do
sir.
the things that we need to do for our children. Set the example. You know what I mean? As I do and as I say.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I'm trying to set you up for success.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then, yeah, do I know it all? No. Are you going to learn some stuff that I don't know? Yeah, you will. But you're going to have a great foundation to work off of.
Right. That's,
you know what I mean? And then you're just adding to the house. You're not rebuilding a house of your own, you know, that ain't got nothing to do with what you are. No, I set a foundation up for you. All you got to do is throw walls up and decorate. You know what I'm saying?
He's spitting balls over here. Y'all heard him?
Nah, man, real talk. You know what I'm saying? And it's what we all, I think, are having the privilege to go through when you're in the kingdom, because that's what's happening with our Heavenly Father.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's laid the foundation already. Now he's teaching us how to build on that thing, man. I don't know about you, bro, but I absolutely love it.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, man. It's like you said, though, like, you know, you have those proud moments and you have challenges. But, you know, the thing about it is you have to learn how to adjust to the challenges. You know what I'm saying? Even like, and I was giving that example earlier. Like, I got to a point, it's like, okay, you know, I'm just let him, you know, he'll learn something. I don't know he gonna learn what I told him, but he gonna learn something. So, but sometimes, yeah, it's, and well, I ain't gonna get started on my nephew. He ain't with me no more, but
yeah,
that junker there, I had my nephew. He was living with us about 5 years, but he, you know, I tried with him, man. It's like the challenge, like some stuff you can't, you know, you might do more harm than good than if you keep trying to, you know.
Yeah. Well, they say teach them the way, you know, that they should go.
Train them up,
older, you know what I'm saying? Right. They won't depart from it. I think, you know, an understanding that we realize that it might not be the results you want to see right away.
Right. There
you know
go.
what I mean? But they're going to hit a point to where they remember what you showed them, how you train them. It's going to come back up. You know what I mean? Some of them going to have to be in a pig pen somewhere first.
Yeah. I'm about to say,
you
this joker hard-headed,
you know
boy.
What I mean? They're going to be like, wait a minute, hold on. It was better at my father's house.
Right.
Yeah, we've been told you that. But see, it's not an option if they don't know.
Right, there you go.
You know what I'm saying? You know, God hit me with this, man. I used to be a director of a children's program. And you know, I had a meeting with the counselors one day, and the Lord put it on my heart in that meeting to tell them, he said, I don't know what all their circumstances are at home, but we can attest to the fact that we know enough that we can be honest about the situation. Not all of them are great situations at the children's homes. We know that. We see it. You know what I'm saying? From those that look like they're not getting fed to those that look like they don't have the discipline that they need to have or the support. So what I told them was, I said, when they come here, they need to see a fork in the road to know that there's another direction that they can take when it comes to their life.
That's good.
I said, that's what the Lord put in my heart. Like, show them what the other way looks like. And then when they get older, they can't say, well, this is all I know.
Right,
no, that's not all you know. You know what I'm saying? That's what you knew, but then God put people in your life to show you something different. Now you got a choice to make.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he showed me the importance of being able to be that and be there. So don't take it lightly. You've created a fork in the road. But it's up to him. You're going to have to make some choices.
That's good, bro.
You know?
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Most definitely, man. Most definitely. Well, man, this has been awesome, bro. Appreciate you as always. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, I know you, but I feel like I know you even better now. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just hearing you break down your story with your kids, man. I see you, man. I know how you are with your boys and stuff, man. And with your wife, too. You know what I mean? It's awesome to see. You know what I mean?
You too, man.
And we iron sharpens iron. You know,
yes, sir.
I get that inspiration from watching you, you know, just like Pastor, all of
sir.
Us,
same with you,
bro. You know what I'm saying? Seeing the men operate. You know what I mean? It made me want to soldier up. Let's go. Let's get it. But Superman, hey, this has been another awesome episode of Joint Heirs. Once again, I'm your boy Moon.
Professor Q.
Hey, man, till the next time, y'all. Peace.
All right.
Y'all, peace.